Okay. All right. Well, I'll move it on. All right. It's 7 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Hey, how you doing, guys? Jeff Hansen. It should be 8. I'm trying to see, how I look and things like that. I have a monitor over here, so. Okay, that's fine. That looks good. All right. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That looks good. All right. Okay, here we go. Yes. Hey, good afternoon, guys. Okay, here we go. Yes. Hey, good afternoon, guys. Okay. Camera looks a little. Yes. Hey, good afternoon, guys. All right. Always, I'm always, y'all know I'm always fidgeting when I first get on the camera. So I was wiping the camera down a little bit. And actually, it looked a lot better after I wiped it, okay? But, hey, good evening, guys. This is Sunday evening, and this is TBYE, the best shoe ever with Jeff Hansen, a.k.a. I'm your host, Jeff Hansen, a.k.a. the Silver Fox. And we have a very exciting show today. This is a show, usually it's like a very, 3 ways to be successful and 5 ways to do this or whatever. But today is really, really, really the type of day where I'm just sharing what happens when things don't go right. What happens when things don't go as you planned? What happens when you're looking for this much money and you get this much money? What happens when a bill is due and you don't know what to do? Well, we're going to address all of these concerns. We're going to address these situations because if you're striving to be better, you're striving to be the best you're striving to be something you've never been before. I'm going to tell you, those things are going to happen. If you're striving to be better, those things, I had to turn off the monitor sound, but those things are going to happen. And you've got to understand that that's just the normal price of doing business. Okay. And I don't care what your business is. Your business can be fitness. Your business can be business, like monetary, financial. Your business can be relationships, emotion, and things like that. There's a lot of time. Life is a fantastic and amazing and astonishing astonishing, right? There we go. Astonishing trip, okay? Journey. But everything is not going to go right. Everything is not going to go as you planned, no matter how much you do. And all you can do is go into the situation with the right one, y'all know what I'm going to say, mindset. That's one. Because that is so important. Because if you're not going in there with the right mindset, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're defeated before it even starts. I can tell you, and I'm gonna share some of the stories that on my journey to where I am even today didn't go right. When I decided to move into this place here, I can tell you, shoot, I can go before that. Let's go back when I was living on the streets and I wanted to get into a shelter because that's a step up. Well, when I went in, I had no ID. So I had to send out for my ID. I had to find out, because the place I was going to go to, they sent me all the way out on Long Island, and well, Long Island City, really. And I was in Brooklyn. I didn't know nothing about Long Island City. I didn't know how to transportation and all these kind of things. I thought they was going to give me one place right down the street. There was a shelter right down the street from me, but they didn't. How was I going to go through that? Well, guess what? I looked at it and I said, well, hey, it's a new experience. So let me just go on out there. Went out there, it was a very nice shelter. My mindset is what delivered me. My mindset is what helped me deal with that situation. My mindset helped me deal with the fact that I had some job skills, but jobs takes 2 and 3 weeks for you to get paid. So I went the other route. I started wholesaling on the street. First, I was selling knockoff movies. I was selling knockoff movies, watches, necklaces at one time, all kinds of things. But the movies was that was my bread and butter. Yeah. And then the movies went from VHSs, the big tapes that you put in your VCR, to the DVDs. I didn't know where to get them. So I had to find someone, build up trust with them to get them, to get the right ones. Then I was getting the knockoff ones, where people be on the screen going, yo, look at this part, and the movie's crooked, and the voice is off, and the screen is dark. Man, I had to deal with that. I dealt with that. How did I deal with that? Talked to one of my friends that was in the movie business, and guess what he did? He started making them, and he made them higher quality. He started waiting until they go to video, and then he started waiting till they go to video, and then get the video copies, which is a better copy. I didn't want to sell the bad copies, but everybody wanted the new movies. But then I came to an understanding. A new movie is not a movie that just came out. A movie that just came out is a new movie, yes. But that's not the only category of new movies. Any movie my customer has not seen is a new movie to them. So then I started thinking about classics that I've seen that I could get, and I could get them, and they were original copies because they were older movies, but they were brand new to the people I showed them to. One of those movies was The Usual Suspects. I think I made hundreds of dollars with The Usual Suspects. Why? Because I thought about it with the right mindset. I went into it and I said, well, how can I make this lemon lemonade? How can I turn this around for my advantage? One of the things I heard W. Clement Stone say, he said this in his famous book, The Success System That Never Fails. He said this, he says, out of adversity comes greatness. Out of adversity comes greatness. Now I'm going to write that up on the screen right here. But out of adversity comes greatness. Remember that, out of adversity comes greatness. And I used to write that down on 3x5 cards and say it over and over. Out of adversity comes greatness. Out of adversity comes greatness. And then as I was reading the Positive Mental Attitude books and things like that, this is why I have a problem with people saying motivation don't count, and motivation don't matter, and all these kind of things. You have to have a positive mental attitude. You have to cultivate that, man. You have to grow that. You have to bombard yourself and bombard yourself and bombard yourself with this. So when things come against you, and I'm not telling you be a cockeyed optimist where everything is great and everything is, no, not necessarily. Why? Because you're not being realistic, excuse me. You're not being realistic. And what I mean by realistic, I'm saying, what is the real situation? Now let's apply a positive mental attitude and deal with a real situation. A real situation don't mean you have to be negative about it. A real situation means you take all the facts, you take what the situation is, you don't blow it out of proportion by, oh my God, no, you don't. You look at the situation, you look at it realistically. Okay, what can I do to help this situation? What can I do to alleviate this situation? And you break down the scenarios. Use the Benjamin Franklin method. He would say pros and cons. Okay, I remember when I totaled my car. I could tell you a story. What's funny was, I know the pandemic started basically in 2020, and it was March when they started shutting things down. Things started really shutting down a lot. Okay, now 3 of my businesses, personal training was affected. Personal training, wholesaling, and there's another one. There's another one I was doing. Personal training, wholesaling. There was one more, I forgot what it was. Personal training, wholesaling. Forgot what it was, man. But anyway, those things shut down. Well, I know what it was. I was driving Lyft. And what happened was, but let me get into that. My main income was wholesaling and driving Lyft. And I was doing some personal training. And so that was my income. That was my income. Oh, and the fourth way, of course, was subletting rooms. Okay. So when the pandemic hit in March, 2 of my incomes went away. Personal training shut down because couldn't go to the gyms, couldn't go to the parks. So I was like, well, you know, that's not my main income. Okay. What else shut down? Wholesaling. Boom. That was a big one. That was almost 50 to 60% of my income. So man, that shut down. I was like, wow. So then what I did was I started looking for a job. I said, yo, I got to get a job. Then what happened? In May, not March, everything shut down, but in May, I totaled my car. Oh man. Same year 2020. Now I had gotten a job at Amazon. So I'm working at Amazon, working these crazy hours, right? Had totaled my car, so my Uber, Lyft income was gone. So now I'm fighting to pay my bills. Now, mind you, I'm still making the subletting money, right? Okay, one girl loses her job, she can't pay rent. The eviction moratorium, you can't evict no one. So now I'm making less. Then one guy, every time he had a problem with drinking, he would get drunk, and now I don't want to pay rent. It was crazy. It was crazy. But that year I made more money than I ever made. Why? Because you evaluate it, you come up with a solution, and you stick to the solution. What did I do? I worked Amazon. I worked warehouse jobs. I did overtime. I did all kinds of stuff. Why? Because I understood, I had the mindset of, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to make lemonade out of these lemons. You see? And mind you, one of the lemons I turned into lemonade was when I wrecked the car. I remember I was walking to the train going, oh man, this hurts. This is not good. But then I thought about it. I said, you know what? I think my payment with the insurance was like $700. I said, well, that's $700 I don't have to come up with. Not thinking I'm destroying my credit because I'm not making the payments. It was crazy, but I went through and I made it. And I made more money that year than I made any other year in my life. 2021, things hit too. 2022, things has already started hitting. Some things work, some things don't work. Some things good, some things not good. But it's your attitude that tells the difference. And you define it like you want to define it. You got to remember, I started remembering, I said, hold up, this don't have to be a tragedy. I can put the word tragedy on it and go through all this catharsis and all these mind games. Oh, Joel, you're going to lose this, you're going to lose that, I can have a scarcity mindset. Or I can have an abundant mindset that says, no, okay, if this didn't work, that means there's something else that's going to come through even better and stronger and more powerful. And I'm going to be better and stronger and more powerful than I've ever been. In 2020, I lost 18 pounds of muscle during the first 3 months of the pandemic because I had no weights. I had nothing to work out with. The gyms and the parks were closed. So after I went down, I was at 213. I think I went down to 195. And it was just about all muscle. I said, you know what? This summer, the summer of 2021, I'm going to be bigger and stronger than I've ever been. So I started looking for things to buy on YouTube, eBay, and Craigslist. I bought a pull-up bar. Now I have a full-fledged gym over $4,000 in my house. I said, you'll never catch me out there like that again. So this is what I'm saying. It's a way you label it. You can label something a tragedy, a catastrophe, or you can label it, this is elevation. This is what elevation feels like. This is the next level. Remember we talked about in the other video about going, are you ready for your next level? See, one of the things that will make you ready for your next level, I can tell you right now, is a mind shift. It's a mindset change. One of possibilities and what I can do and how great I can become and how I'm gonna push myself and I'm gonna go harder and I'm gonna learn and I'm gonna develop. I'm gonna have even more personal development so I can deal with greater responsibility and greater accountability, greater adversities, greater adverse conditions. Things don't all have to go right for me to have a good attitude and for me to come out victorious. So that's what this show is all about, is the best you. See, the best you is always advancing. The best you, it don't mean nothing goes wrong being the best you. It just simply means that you have the mindset and now you've developed some skills that can conquer it, that can go through it. Even though there's lean years. One of the best analogies I've ever heard was from Jim Rohn, one of my mentors. And he said this, he said, there's 4 seasons. There's spring, summer, fall, and winter. And he said, here's the situation. You're going to love the summers. You're going to love the springs. You're going to love the summers. You got to start getting ready in the falls, but you're going to have to deal with those winters too. You don't have a choice to say, oh, I'll take 3 summers, 2 springs, 2 falls, no winters. You don't have that choice. You can't change that stuff. Life is going to come. Life is going to happen. You can't change that stuff, but you can change the set of the sails of your thought processes. Change the sails so that the winter don't destroy you. And you don't get so high in the summer that you spend all your resources and go crazy. But you deal with it, and you deal with it as an adult. You deal with it logically. Hold them emotions down a little bit and deal with it logically. Come up with a solution. Come up with the right mindset. Apply the right strategy. One of the strategies I'll tell you right now is always see the far off vision. Keep your mindset, keep your eyes on the prize. You didn't start this journey, weight loss journey or business journey or a relationship journey. You didn't start this journey waiting for the first adversity to come hit you and then you stop. That's not why you started. I didn't start this journey of making these videos just to make a couple of videos and then when things go wrong, stop. No. I didn't get this big apartment just to, get the big apartment. Then when things go wrong, stop and go back to a room. No. I didn't start my weightlifting journey to as soon as I get an injury or as soon as I get sick or whatever to stop. No. Yeah, I lost 15 pounds. Yeah, I lost 18 pounds. But guess what? I'm going to gain them back and they're going to be more muscle. I'm going to be bigger, harder, stronger, faster than I've ever been at the age of 60 and 61 and 62. And when you go at it that way, life becomes an exciting, astonishing journey. People say, well, don't you get down? Yes, I get down sometime for about 5 minutes a day. But then I get my eyes back on the prize. I said, you know what? When I'm in my $1 million home and I have my pool out back and I have my gym down, my full-fledged gym downstairs, is this right here even going to really matter? No, it's not. Because I'm going to keep pushing forward and I'm going to keep going forward and I'm going to be better and bigger and more positive and more resourceful than I've ever been. And that is what's going to make the difference when those things come upon me. So, been doing this, been on right now for about, don't really see the clock up there. Don't know why neither, but I will. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, wow. Okay. I actually been up here for about 20 minutes. If I have any questions, concerns, you can present your questions. If you gave StreamYard the permission, I can actually answer your questions right now live. Let's see if we have any questions. If we have any questions, I will answer them. If not, I will shut the show down and boom. Yeah, we can go on to the next thing. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys know if you're watching this on my Facebook page. You can go, or you're in my Facebook group, 365 Days of Fitness Challenge. I welcome you and thank you. We are posting every single day. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe because it does help our channel and the show with the YouTube algorithm and everything like that. So we truly appreciate it. Okay, so look like we don't have any questions, any questions and concerns, any comments. Let us know you're here. Also, ladies and gents, let us know any topics that you would like us to address. If you want to know more about my story, should I do a whole video about my story and how I came from in very humble beginnings to where I am now and where I'm gonna be going? And because if you want to know the future, shoot, I could tell you about the vision. A white 8-speed Corvette Z06. It's probably going to be a 219, black leather interior. I'm going to have $1 million home. I will probably be buying this home in Nevada, right outside of Las Vegas. I'll be able to see the skyline out there and everything like that. Would be out there, kind of in the desert. But yeah, that's where I'm looking at a home to buy, to stay, to live. But I will have about a couple of properties on the East Coast. I'll be looking to my income. I want my income to be at least by 64 years old, at least to be $100,000 to $120,000 a month, which puts me as a 7-figure earner. Let's see. Traveling. I want to be able to travel every single month. Absolutely. I want to be eventually doing speaking engagements all over the world. I will be a published author by then. I'm already gathering the notes and the journals together to write my book. The goal is a New York Times bestseller. And to be a TEDx speaker. Absolutely. Let's say my fitness goals. My fitness goals are I want to get up to about 230 pounds. I want it evenly distributed. I want my waist between 32 and 33, 31 to 33. Of course, 6-pack, muscular. You're going to see this summer, and it's going to be funny because you're going to be able to look back at the other videos and see how much smaller I was, and then see how much I ballooned up. I started taking my supplements again. Oh, the cars I will have when I'm in that will be in the Vegas home will be the Corvette, of course. That's the toy, but I will have a Mercedes Mercedes ES 350. It will be probably a 2022, and I will have a Mercedes Jeep. So those are the goals. I'm going to tell you guys this really quick, and it's really, really good. I went to see my first $1 million home that the guy owns it. He's selling it though. It was not nice. It was not good. He's selling it for $725, but I looked it up. The real appraised value is $600,000. The home needs to be gutted. It needs to be gutted and redone all the way over. He's talking about repairing this, repairing that. This home was put together in 1886. They really had a wood burning stove. I don't know if it worked, but it was a wood burning stove from 1886. Amazing. But anyway, of course I didn't like it. I liked this. I liked it was a corner lot and everything. It was really nice, but the corner lot and everything. And if he gutted it and really put the money into a brand new construction, trust me, he'd easily sell it for $1.5 million. But anyway, that's what I did. Some of you guys, you need to go out of your comfort zone. Call up a real estate broker. Go see a home that you might want to look at, or test drive your dream car. It expands your mind. And remember this. On TBYE, what we do, the best you ever, we share tips and strategies to help you become the best you ever, because we understand that the best you ever will create your best life ever. This is Jeff Hansen, AKA the Silver Fox, saying, keep your head up and know, don't think, as Morpheus said to Neo in the Matrix, don't think you're faster. Know you are. And I say to you, don't think you're better than your situation. Know you are. God bless you, and may heaven smile upon you.